Well, hello, IDS 105 students, and welcome to week 3 here in your IDS 105 class. Wanted to share with you just a quick video on what is due in week 3 and how to find everything for your success. So as always, all of your graded assignments and content can be found in your IDS 105 classroom in Brightspace. As a reminder, click on course menu, learning modules, and then you want to pull up the week that you are looking for. So for this week, we're focusing in on module 3. When you click on module 3, as a reminder, always make sure y'all are clicking the blue, getting to where you need to go, and reviewing the content that's within the module. So there's always a module overview, gives you some tips for success. Just make sure you're scrolling all the way down and clicking through the module so that you don't miss anything. It's really important to do this because there's a lot of important information and even some breakdowns of some of the concepts and topics that we're covering within the module outside of your actual textbook. So make sure that you're always clicking through and scrolling all the way down. As a reminder, don't forget about that really important required resources section that is in here that tells you what chapters you need to read in your textbook, but also there might be some additional reading or videos that are also present for your success in understanding the concepts and strategies that you're learning about this week in week 3. So here for week 3, you all have a discussion assignment. So as a reminder that a discussion assignment, your initial post is always due by Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. And you can always work ahead earlier on those if that works convenient for your schedule. The biggest thing is to make sure that initial post is always turned in by that Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And then, as always, you have to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Those peer responses or classmate responses are due by Sundays at 11:59 p.m., but you can always submit them earlier in the week as convenient with your schedule. So this week for week 3, you are going to be answering these 2 questions. Please make sure that when you are responding in the discussion boards to your peers and creating your initial discussion post, that you really make sure that you are answering all of the questions and all the pieces and parts of the question. So for example, question 1, what are some ways that your knowledge of cultural fluency can benefit your self-awareness? You want to answer that, give some examples. And then question 2, you will notice that it says, in what kinds of situations could you use your knowledge of cultural fluency and self-awareness? There's part A. For example, different cultures have different concepts of time and management. How could cultural fluency and self-awareness help you navigate situations where you and your friend, colleague, or instructor view time or time management differently? So just make sure you're answering all pieces and parts of each question. As a reminder, those initial discussion posts are due on Thursday with peer responses due by Sunday. The other assignment you have for this week is you are submitting another project draft. So as a reminder, back in week 2, you should have selected a scenario that you were going to utilize for your success in completing your project drafts from week to week. So again, here in module 3, you are going to be using that same scenario that you picked in week 2 and also that same template. You can literally just open up what you put together last week, and you just want to make sure you're answering the questions for this week, which is week 3. In case you can't find the template or need it again, you can always find it underneath what to submit, project template. If you wanted to take a look at more information and details of your scenario again, as a reminder, click on this scenario profiles and it'll open up kind of the extended version about each scenario. As a reminder, we're only focusing in on kind of this scenario overview still here in week 3. So if we take a look at that project draft template, when you click on that, it pulls up. Now, please keep in mind, these highlights are mine. They will not show up when you open this, but I just wanted to point out as a reminder that you should have identified your scenario back in week 2. So I picked the school scenario. Last week in week 2, I would have answered these 4 questions that I have highlighted in blue. This week, you're going to want to make sure you answer the questions for module 3. They are under part 2. It's all about intercultural communication and collaboration. And you will notice that I have them highlighted here in green. So just like last week, you want to make sure that you literally type directly in the template. Leave the question, type here in the template. Utilizing your own knowledge, your own thoughts, any personal or professional experience you may have, in addition to what you've learned this week in the classroom. These project drafts assignments are always due by Sundays of the week that they are assigned. If you get stuck, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor because they are grading this assignment and can help give you the answers that you need. As a reminder, if you do not have Microsoft Word yet or something compatible, you can click in Brightspace underneath the Help menu, click that little down arrow, go to Online Student Services. When you do that, it pulls up all the departments and teams here at SNHU. Click the blue Office 365 and other software, and it gives you step-by-step instructions for how to get that downloaded for your success. I also wanted to point out that these writing assignments, this is a great time to utilize the written feedback services brought to you by Academic Support. Again, you can find Academic Support at the top of your Brightspace classroom. When you click on them, it pulls up their menu of services. You want to click on the Try It Now under Written Feedback. It'll ask you a few questions about the assignment, what you're wanting the person to kind of look over for you, and then you can upload the draft assignment and they will give you feedback within 12 hours. Week 3 is going to be great, y'all. Again, if you're stuck, you have questions, reach out to your instructor. Don't wait, don't hesitate, and make sure you get that initial discussion post done by Thursday. Peer responses and your project draft are due by Sunday. But you can always turn them in earlier as convenient for you and your schedule. Have a great week 3.